and welcome back to Video Code. So in this video I want to look at rendering. I want to show you how to use the principles of rendering so you can render your videos really quickly. This may not seem like much, but it will save you hours of time every month. So just for a sort of not a recap, but a principle that you can follow, you can come back to this slide at any time if you ever need to just look at it rather than watching the whole video. You need to set your sequence settings to custom, 24 frames per second, QuickTime, and DNxHR. Then press enter as you go to render any graphics that you're making. Then you want to choose H.264 when you're rendering, when you export, high bitrate, and set to VBR 1 pass, and set to 3. This will give you the best quality versus the fastest render time. Let's go over the shoulder and I'll show you this in detail. So, if I just pick any random video.
Okay, so I've decided to reshoot the over the shoulder on this. As you'll notice, I'm now on a completely different machine. Still use the same software, Adobe Premiere Pro, but I have changed things slightly since I made the original video, and also there were some sound quality issues. So basically I went to what you want to do when you're rendering a video. So for this one I am making the video about rendering. So what you want to do is you first of all want to bring in the original video. Now in this, so your clip, basically the main video. Now in this case, I am reusing a course that I made last year. So if I use the quick cut, so Q, I'll take that back to there. Then I want to make a bit of space, and I want to bring in my logo reveal. Now then I want to make sure that my sequence settings are right. So I go to sequence settings. I need to make sure that I'm 19 by 1080 here, which I am. Custom 24 or 23.976 is perfect. Change preview file format to QuickTime and DNxHR. Click OK. Also, you can play around with, depending on how good your computer is. Mine's pretty decent, but I still play back in quarter quality. If you click this, you can have your paused resolution as full. So when the video is paused, you'll see it in full resolution. Again, depending on how good your computer is, if you've got a lot of RAM. I mean, mine's quite good, but I'm going to be making it even better, so hopefully I can play back in full resolution, but that'll probably take about 32 gigabytes. I'm on about 16 at the moment. So as you can see, it's full quality. Now you can see this, the size, because I've changed the sequence settings, the size of this is now not right. So you need to click on it, go into your scale. Now I know because I've made a few of these that it's 50 basically, which makes it perfect. So you want to make sure, so you see, you can see I'm playing back in quarter quality there. If I was to try and do it in full, it's probably going to get a little bit laggy. Yeah, see, it's getting a bit laggy. So let's try half. Yeah, even half's no good. So I mean, on my machine, quarter playback is fine. So I've changed my sequence settings, playback in a quarter. So a quarter quality. Still not too bad. But pause, then you can see it goes into full. Obviously it's a little bit laggy at the moment because I'm actually recording the screen while I'm doing it.
Hello and welcome back to Video Code. So in this video I want to look at rendering.
This one, I made it back on a MacBook, so I'm going to put the voiceover preset.
I'm show you.
And it's going to be a little bit loud, so I'm going to audio gain, and I'm going to drop it down to -5.
How to use the principle.
And that should be just about right. Now, obviously, this video that I'm making, when I get to the over the shoulder part of this video, which gets to about here. So I'm going to cut that there. I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to put in this very video that I've just made right now. Okay, so now I've just put in the video clip that I've just made, and we've now got to the point where we're going to be rendering this video. So this one I've had to, because the sound is a little bit different, I've had to, if you notice,
it's a VBR one pass.
Making the video. So I've added the voiceover preset, but I need to up the gain a little bit because it's a little bit quieter than it was than me just talking straight into the MacBook, because I originally made this course while I was traveling, but obviously now I'm on a much better computer. So then what you want to do when it comes to rendering, now obviously there'll be another section here which will show what I'm doing now. So we've got all the sequence settings are all as they should be, but that's all fine. Then when we come to exporting, so we make sure that we've clicked here, we go File, Export, Media. We first of all give it the name. In this case it's Final, because I've already got a video which was the original there. We click Save, then we keep that H.264, match high bitrate. What I usually do now is go YouTube 1080 full HD, because it produces a much better product in the end, much better quality. And then I go down to bitrate encoding, and a little bit different than I said in the slides, you can set this to CBR. If you notice now, the file size is 672 megabytes, which is quite big. Set that to CBR, and then set that to 5, and it's made it down to 219, and then use previews, use maximum rendering quality, and hit export, and that will be all you need to do. Now obviously I can't do that because I've got to add this last little bit. So again, this time, thank you for actually watching the video. You've seen the whole thing in process, so thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next video.